It was early November and the leaves started to change colors. As autumn was rolling through the village of Madison, Ohio, the community had many places closed due to COVID and mask wearing was essential. A family lived in the village named the Taylors. They had 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy. They are a happy family. Before COVID, the Taylor children were able to go to school and do extracurricular activities, but school closures forced the family home to endure online education. The Taylors look like your average American family, yet one of the biggest struggles the Taylors face is managing their 8-year-old autistic son, Jacob. This is the story of Jim and Haley Taylor and what their life is like. Hello?
Honey, do you have 5 minutes to talk?
Well, sort of. I'm busy working on next Sunday's sermon, and I have a meeting with Greg and Jenny to go over some projects. You sound panicked. What's up?
Honey, it's Jacob again. He had a massive temper tantrum and freaked out when I told him we were done playing.
Wait, what? It's hard to understand you. Calm down and start all over again. Let me sit down and listen to the whole scenario.
Okay, ever since Madison closed down their schools, everyone had to go online. Jacob has struggled with the new regimen. He is still used to going to school and seeing everyone.
Yes, I'm familiar. He struggled the other day thinking he was going back to school, that he got up as usual and waited for me to take him to school. I told him we're going to do online school. He freaked out. Dear? Haley began crying, talking about their 8-year-old son, Jacob. She explained what happened around 9:45 a.m. when she tried transitioning Jacob from a break back to online schoolwork.
I told Jacob, dear, that we were going to be done playing trick shots in the garage in about 5 minutes. We were going back to our schoolwork. He said, "Okay, Mom," but wasn't looking into my eyes. He was still trying to grab my attention with his dude perfect double flip trick shot. When I came back to the garage 5 minutes later, I told him his time was up and we needed to get back to the computer. He became very verbal and threw his glasses off his face. He then buried his face in the ball bin.
Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. How did you react?
I broke down crying. I immediately ran to our bedroom and shut the door, wailing my eyes out. I'm struggling, honey. Jacob has struggled with this new transition from school to home. He does not have his aides, his speech therapist, his OT specialist too. This is hard for him. He became very verbal and began to berate me, saying, "I hate being home, hate learning, hate my basketball hoop, I hate you, Mommy." I couldn't keep it together, dear. I know he doesn't mean it. He is not used to the new online school schedule yet. I love him so much, but this has been so hard.
I know it's been hard, dear. I'm sorry for what has happened. Remember, we're in this together to take care of Jacob. We'll get through this, and I'll be home later. Where's Jacob now?
I sent him into his room. I emailed his teacher quickly and told him that he will be on in a few minutes.
Oh, good call. Did you send him to his room and told him to wait till a certain time?
Yes, I told him to come out of his room around 10:10. I have found this works, and it really decompresses him. He loves numbers, and he stares at his clock until his time is up. We still have some time to talk. Do you need to go?
No, we're good. I have plenty of time. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Aw, honey, I wish you were home to talk to Jacob instead of me.
I'll be home around 3 p.m. Tell Jacob I will talk to him later so he can expect a future conversation with me. That will get him ready and he can process my arrival as opposed to us springing the conversation about what he did today.
I will, honey. It is unbelievably hard for me sometimes. I can become so emotionally burdened that I am always on my guard when he has his next meltdown or temper tantrum. You know me, honey. I'm such a passive person, and I don't want to deal with problems that can seem blown out of proportion.
I know, dear. I'm completely opposite of you. I can get angry. But I know when I am in the wrong, I will apologize to him and ask for his forgiveness. My biggest struggles are not being able to complete one thought. He'll keep asking me questions, and my one-track mind, it's hard for me to just jump from topic to topic. I sometimes struggle with the thought, why can't we just have a basic family? I know God is teaching us a valuable lesson by us raising Jacob. I have to remind myself God is my rock, and he'll give us strength. As both Jim and Haley were talking about their struggles, the conversation changed. They started to reflect about their lives and how Jordan has grown and changed. Dear, Remember when Jacob was first diagnosed with autism?
Yes, but we weren't told immediately. I noticed that Jacob was not walking when he was 1, and he didn't talk either. I don't think we learned something was different Jacob until Greg's wife Becky pointed out Jacob was showing signs of autism. She recommended we get him tested. That was 2015.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking it was a year earlier. He was then diagnosed as special needs. I believe we ended up taking Jacob to get tested in April the following year. The doctor said Jacob was idiosyncratic and had severe ADHD and anxiety. They recommended medication to help with his anxiety. Oh, I'm glad we turned down the medication therapy.
Me too. We still didn't know if he was ASD, but doctors were not sure. I ended up reading some literature and came across something about sensory processing disorder.
Yeah, you were right. For the next 3 years, Jacob was displaying his behavioral and sensory issues were his greatest struggle, especially loud sounds. Do you remember we finally got to see a specialist and we did at least 8 tests about Jacob? Whew. We finally got his results back in 2019 when he was diagnosed. He was not borderline or severe, but rather he was on the spectrum as moderate.
What a ride we've been on. So much has happened, but I'm glad to finally know what our son has. It makes me know him better when he struggles to even know himself and express himself.
Me too. Think about all the help we get. Our church helps us, various programs like Camp Sue Osborne and the Outdoor Y, our daughters, the school, and Haley, we help each other.
I love going to the Y in the summer. Our daughters do so much for us. We have no choice to give Jacob our attention, but we struggle to give any to our daughters. Do you think they will be resentful toward us?
Well, I hope not. But let's talk about this later. But really quick though, I too am worried. We have to trust God and pray for our daughters. We need to talk to them about Jacob and set aside more time with them. We'll talk more. Do you want to talk tonight? As soon as Haley answered her husband, Jacob came downstairs exactly at 10:10.
I feel better talking to you. Thank you for reminding me that we are raising Jacob together and reminding me of the process we have made. I'm going to ask Jacob for an apology, and I will see you home around 3, honey. I love you.
Jim sat feeling relieved that his wife felt better. He knew raising Jacob has been a challenge, yet Jim knew he was going to have to faithfully pursue their son and help him be the best as he can. Before Jim continued his work, he prayed for his wife and himself to show love to their son, Jacob.